used to front, now you see them showing up. Show us up. I've been down and out, but love. Keep it a buck, I don't fuck with these niggas. Always been one up on all of these niggas. They be trying to front for all of these bitches. I ain't got time to say
This is the Nathan Ivey Show. Get ready to be engaged. Get ready to be informed. Get ready to be enlightened. Get ready to be enraged by the man City Beat Magazine called a talk radio rebel. And your host. Now back to the show.
Yeah. Talking to my mirror like I love you so much. Curving on my critics like I heard you, so what? You can't kill my confidence, I think I'm the man. Tally all the I ever gave on my head. Lately I've been living like I can't take a loss. They ain't wanna help me, that's what made me a boss. You can't kill my confidence, I think I'm the man. We don't give a fuck, that's what they don't understand.
Back again like flu season, I broke records while loose leafing. I'm coming down my roof, leaving, don't give a fuck, I don't care. Did the for my lonesome, no wonder now I'm on one. No shortcuts on that long run, all I really want is my share. Get on my God, on my totem is nothing. In the discussion, for them feelings I throw on my pain on percussion. The disgusting, I hear them bragging about that they did and it do not move me, not in the least. They ain't been dropping no seeds in the soil, but swear that you on my spot at the feast. I've been on go mode, showboat, rowboat, wave ride. Cool shorty, too naughty, pool party, wet for the face ride. Annie up, penny down, hand me down, thrift store, old drip. New money, too funny, old shorty talking about, oh. I'm on they now, can't get a pass now. I'm a cash cow, keeping it brash now. It's trash now, I'ma spaz out. I've been killing my lows and living on highs. You see in the skies the proof. You could just see in my eyes that there is no lies. I cannot disguise the truth. I've been ducked off, getting in my new merch, colored duck sauce on the new couch with my Chucks on. Get the
all right, let's get straight to it. 513-873-7134. Please take a second and like and share today's stream. Nathan Ivey with you, your friendly neighborhood agent provocateur, back to provoke more thought and get into it with you on the day's issues and beyond. All right, let me check. I got I put the word out for a couple of guests. I think you might recognize their names. So we might have some special guests to talk about some local issues here on the show this morning. Please take a second to like and in particular share today's show. Your shares mean everything. Sorry we had a couple of technical difficulties. I mean, I'm still working at this. It is not a perfect science, but I'm glad to be with you. And there's a lot to talk about. At the top of the list, you know, I can't say this enough, man. I'm a rebel in this. Black people tried to tell you. We tried to tell you. But mofos run around here playing games and didn't listen to us. We tried to tell you about Trump. We tried to tell you back in Charleston. Remember Charleston? We tried to tell you. Trump running around here talking about his good people on both sides. Here in Ohio in particular, we talked about it because the man that was involved in a homicide that also involved a vehicle had ties to Ohio. We tried to tell you about these homegrown white domestic terrorists, but you didn't want to listen to black folks. So now this is what the kind of stuff you got to deal with. I share this because this guy's now been made infamous. And it looks like he's looking at about 10 years in jail for, you know, the crimes that he committed. He took a photograph. He was taking selfies. It was all good just a week ago. And now he's dealing with potentially 10 years. 10 years. This man is from Arkansas. His name is Richard Barnett, and he has been arrested. Richard Barnett has been arrested. Man, listen, I got some details. This Capitol thing is we're still unpacking what happened. I mean, it's a certifiable fact that current members of law enforcement were in fact involved. In fact, one police officer or member of law enforcement was flashing his badge as a member of the domestic terrorists trying to get entry, members of the military. This issue's deep, y'all. And black folks knew years ago. This is the reason why black women overwhelmingly did not vote for Trump back in 2016, because they could see that he was a problem. And y'all did not listen. So yeah, we gonna tell you, listen, I'm not the kind of person to not tell you that I told you so. And neither are black people. We told you so, America. But y'all ain't gonna listen though. Y'all ain't gonna listen. Y'all ain't gonna listen. Y'all gonna have to, it's gonna take a few more disasters before y'all start paying attention. But back to Richard Barnett. He was arrested. Northwest Arkansas man went viral. It was all good just a week ago today. That was 1 week ago. When white domestic terrorists largely breached the Capitol defenses, if you want to call it that. They breached police barricades, made their way inside the building. Man, the videos are still coming out. These fools is nuts. These fools are 100% a problem. And I hope they put Richard Barnett under the jail. Not that it really means anything to my day-to-day. I mean, doesn't really affect me day-to-day. Doesn't really affect you day-to-day. But just because, like I said, black folks been over-incarcerated for having marijuana. Now marijuana's legal. You got people making millions off marijuana. All kind of anything to do with legal marijuana. But it was used as a legal justification for stopping folks. I mean, here in Ohio, here in Cincinnati, Sam DeBose didn't have a front license plate. So yeah, I'm saying it. Throw the book at these fools. And I don't have no tears for you. It is what it is. It is what it is. These fools is nuts. And they still believe it. Jim Jordan of Ohio is a congressman. I saw a video within the last 24 hours, family. He's still in that BS. Some of the Democrats in Congress are trying to hold him accountable. He still won't admit that Trump didn't win the election. They're going to keep with this because they've got nothing else to talk about. Like the conversation right now should be about how do we help working families? That should be the conversation right now from both political parties. But these mofos run around arguing about whether Trump won the election or not. Still. I mean, we should be talking about how do we put money in the hands of the people? How do we help small businesses? How do we grow? But instead, we got to deal with the nincompoops. I'll say it again, family. We are, say it with me, living in the last days of common sense. It's all downhill from here. This ain't getting no better. You think it's going to get better? This is not getting better before it gets a lot worse, family. I'm sorry. I got to tell you that. Hold on one second here. I'm peaking a little high. Turn that down. Oh, that's the wrong way. There it is. Peeking a little bit. Turn down a little bit more. There we go. Now we looking good. Last days in common sense. It's come to my attention that in the city of Cincinnati that a black teenager was denied employment. He went to a job interview like a lot of black teenagers do, teenagers in general, and he wanted to get a job. He wanted to get a job over at Mike's Car Wash. Raise your hand if you ever, raise your hand. Yeah, Sandra, she writes, a lot of us try to tell people this is a cult. Racism fuels it. There is no reasoning. Absolutely. Absolutely, 100%. So many things to discuss this morning. So he went over, this young teenager, went over to, went over to get a job interview. His mother is an entrepreneur. She's a hairdresser. And from the looks of the video I saw, she's pretty tight with it too. Over in Roselawn, she's got a storefront. And he went to go get a job interview and they loved him. But he was denied the job. Guess why? He was denied the job because of his hairstyle. His hairstyle. We don't want you because of your hairstyle. And what was the hairstyle that the teenager was rocking? Who can guess? Locks. He had the nerve to try to get a job with some locks in his head. Now, who does he think he is? How dare he? His mama should have taught him right better. Wrong. I don't see no problems with it. I don't get it. So this young man right here, this happened recently. He goes to try to get a job at Mike's Car Wash and was denied because they said, he was told by the manager that they had a policy that you couldn't have locks and work for Mike's Car Wash. Now, I've taken my car to Mike's Car Wash many times, and I've used their services. And now I'm seriously considering as to whether I want to go back ever again and spend my money with them. Apparently, this was the Mike's Car Wash over on Coleraine, I believe. If I'm wrong about that, then somebody from Mike's Car Wash call up and tell us. Roselawn teen denied job because of his natural hair. And his mother got him looking right. I think he looks superb. I think it looked pretty nice. I'm like, damn, it's not too late. I still got my follicles. You know what I'm saying? Intact. Maybe I'll grow my locks out and go over to his mom's business. Looks like she's doing a spectacular job. What is it called? Tiffany's? Looks like she's doing a great job. Anybody patronize Tiffany's? Is that near where that shooting happened? What was it, a couple weeks back? That's not the same barbershop, is it? That was a barbershop. This just seems like it's a salon. I don't know. But mom got him looking right. Mom got him looking right. So, he goes over to Mike's Car Wash, trying to be an upstanding member of local society. He's doing exactly what we tell teenagers and youth to do, and that is get a job, start paying taxes. And just think about what that means. Like, where would this city be if collectively we didn't have teenagers paying taxes with all the collective jobs they do, right? People in general. Like, that's all a part about being a good citizen, right? My country, 'tis the thee. It tells you to go to school and pay attention and follow the rules and then get a job and pay your taxes. That's exactly what this young man was trying to do, right? This teenager was trying to do. And he was told, allegedly, as the story goes, by the manager over there at Mike's Car Wash, that it was against their policy to hire somebody that's got locks. And I can't understand why. Is it against the policy for people to have long hair? That can't be true, because I've gone to Mike's Car Wash. I've seen women, young girls, with longer hair. So is this a gender bias thing? Is this a racial thing? What is it exactly? Now, in the story, as I understand it, the mother and the teen involved, they immediately got a call from the manager over there saying that, or from Mike's Car Wash, saying, you know what, this was a misinterpretation of our policy, or maybe the policy had been updated and the manager didn't know. Okay. And so as I understand it, they offered the young man, the teenager, the job. But mom was like, we don't feel comfortable now. And I don't blame her. I don't blame her. Y'all done messed it all up. Now it's ruined. Because what other goofy little policies or misinterpretation or racial microaggressions is her son going to have to deal with if he takes a job there? It's too late now. And my question is, how in the hell are you a manager and you don't know the policy? You're the manager. Like, if you don't know the policy, who's supposed to know the policy? I don't get it. Again, I detect no problems with it whatsoever. He looks manicured, looks nice. Even if it was less manicured, I mean, it's fucking hair. This city, man. And I'd love to say it's just the white folks.
Did you know that you can take Honda SUVs off-roading thanks to intelligent traction control? So you won't ever have.
Hold on one second.
For more reasons.
Sorry about that. I love to say it's just the white folks, but we know it's not just the white folks. It's the blacks too. They got a school over there in Avondale where you can't have locks. Yeah, I'm bringing their ass back up. And I blame the black parents that take their kids to that school for the culture there. Y'all cool. It's black on black crime if you want to use that term. Speaking of which, you should check out the Valet Service podcast. I thought the Fast Pitch had a great conversation last night talking about just that topic. She had her sons with her. And so you got this cross-generational conversation about it. Very real, very raw. Just what the fuck we need. Just what we need right now. So check that out, Valet Service podcast. Hey, what's up, Kelly Prather? Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Check out, please share this live stream. Please share this live stream so people know there's some damn sense in this city. It's the choppers, man. We chop it up every single morning. So I don't blame the mother. If that was my daughter ain't coming to work for you either. Because like I said earlier, what other misinterpretations or lapses in judgment or lapses in the update of the policy or other gender or racial microaggressions are you going to subject the employees to over at Mike's Car Wash? I don't know if there is a Mike, but Mike should be outrageous. But if I was Mike, I'd be pissed. We're trying to get, no business can survive without good, dependable employees. Can I get an amen on that? And again, his mother's an entrepreneur. I've got no reason to believe that he doesn't have that same hustle and dedication and focus to detail as it takes to be a successful entrepreneur these days. He's probably going to be they messed up, actually. They's probably going to get a superb employees, but you messed up because at some point they must have had a policy that you couldn't have dreads. Now, I've gone, or you couldn't have locks. I've gone to Mike's Car Wash, right? Many, many times. What difference does it make? The hairstyle of somebody that works there. I mean, to the customer, I don't care. You know, as I understand it, Mike's Car Wash does two services. Number one, they got the self-vacuum. And so you don't need the employees unless you got a problem with the automated system. You don't need the employees don't have to do a damn thing. You put your money in there, you put your card in there, and you clean it out, then you leave. The other part they do is they got that automated, a quickie wash where you drive through. What do the employees do exactly? Well, you got the first employee that'll take your information in terms of what service you want. Do you want the A, the B, the C, the D? I forget what they call it. They got different levels to it. They take your credit card information. You drive on. They got another person that just as you go into like the automated part of it, they've got like a I'll say a water hose for lack of a better term. And they'll spray the grill of your car and trying to get off some of the debris and things like that. I've never even paid attention to anybody's hairstyle. It don't matter. You got the uniform on. What difference does it make? I don't get it. Shame on Mike's Car Wash, man. Y'all missed out. And so what's going to happen is you're going to probably go hire Becky. You're going to hire Becky from Indian Hill, and she's got the right hairstyle, and she's going to be a whack employee. Judging books by its cover, man, never a good deal. Shame on Mike's Car Wash. Again, if I was a mother, I would do the same thing. It's too late now. My daughter's not coming to work for your ass. For what? So you can abuse her on a low? Come on, man. It's too late now. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's too late. Again, I detect no problems with this. Looks expected. Mom's doing a great job. Way to go, Tiffany. I don't know her, but way to go, Mom. That looks great to me. That's how I want my locks to be, that I imagine that I want one day. You know what I'm saying? Just like that. Looks dope. Looks dope. Look at, she got him looking spiffy. I don't see the problem with this. I don't see a problem with it. I don't understand. What was the name of the school over in Avondale? And they denied the young boy, the young black couple, the young black family, beautiful young black family or black family. He had 2 boys. And then one of their sons grew locks over the summertime, and they'd been growing for years. And then I guess it caught the attention of somebody there. And they decided that he either had to cut his hair or basically they had to move away. And the parents decided to move away. See, that's black pride right there. You got to have pride. Enough of the days where you just eat it and you just take it and you just going to stay in it. Hell no. We up out of here. You don't deserve us. You ain't getting my money. I don't need to be around this environment once you disrespect me and mine. We up out of here. Period. I don't get it. How can you have a school? And again, I know parents called in like, oh, my son goes there, it's great. And that's great. You had a great experience. But so what? So what? Ran by black folks, but you against black culture. I don't get it, but that's just my opinion. What's your take on it? 513-873-7134. If you'd like to share your thoughts this morning, I would love to hear your thoughts this morning. I want to hear it. There's a video that somebody sent to me via Messenger. It's out there, actually. I see somebody posted in a friend's page as well of this brother going in on hip hop culture. Have you seen this? This brother went in. He was talking about Future. He was talking about black culture. He was talking about a lot of stuff. I went back to his Instagram page and kind of looked at it, and I see people was trying to get at him, trying to like poke holes, because that's what we do. We like to poke holes in one another. You know what I'm saying? Any little thing. Akeem posted this yesterday at 12:40 a.m. Damn, what was you doing at 12:40 a.m.? His name is Charleston Whites. And he writes, I hope white folks put us back in slavery. He goes in. I want to play some of this video for you because I think it makes a good conversation piece. But I'll give you a heads up. There is some extreme language. So I want to give you that parental advisory, mature content sticker there. There is some extreme language. It's extreme, not extreme, it's extreme. He gets extreme with it. He goes hard in the paint, talking about hip hop in general, and specifically some of these hip hop cats and what they're doing for the culture, what they're not doing for the culture. I think it's worthy of conversation. this morning. 513-873-7134. Appreciate it. That's hilarious, Omar. That is hilarious. The bottle came back. The note says, stay where you are. The U.S. has gone crazy. That's hilarious, man. Thanks for the share. Oh, man, that's hilarious. I love it. I'm here for all of that this morning. Anybody hear about this Memphis officer charged with kidnapping and murder of a man while on duty? We may get to that this morning. I got a video of 2 lawyers. Now, you remember, I'm all about this Capitol, siege on the Capitol stuff. I can't talk enough about it. I'm super interested in that right now, and I hope you are too. And in particular, I love the videos and the stories of these white domestic terrorists being brought to justice. I love it. I'm here for that. And remember the dude that had the podium from Congress and like the Speaker of the House podium? And I don't know how he got it, but I don't know what he was going to do with it. I guess he was going to put it on eBay. I can see that going for some money. I can see that going for some real money. Well, he's now been charged. He was arrested and charged. And, thank you for that, Danita. The future of STEM awaits. Apply for HBCU scholarships. I'm all for that. What's up, Albert? What's up? What's up, C. Smith? Good morning, everybody. Yeah, that's dope. That's in the Friends page. Yeah. I'm all about it. Scholarships, STEM, I'm all about it. For us, I'm all about it. Oh, damn. Damn, Anthony, she getting it. She getting it. Do it. Yes. Okay, I'm watching a TikTok video that Anthony put inside the friends page. It's all love. Where was I? So the dude that, I got the image for you. Let me put it up here for you. This is the dude. These fools, man, they crack me the hell up. Can you tell? They crack me up. But this dude basically had the lectern, the podium lectern, whatever you want to call it, that I'm not sure if it's the speaker the house stands at. And he was dragging it out. He took a selfie like, yeah, look at me, mom. Right? So the FBI caught up with his ass. But I got a clip of the video of his lawyers making their legal argument. And it reminded me something that I heard Donnie B say on her show, Is It Just Me podcast on Fridays, about if she was defending some of these folks, like some of the rationales. Because the rationale they was using, man, I'm like, damn, the lawyers are part of the problem. They are part of the fucking problem. Like, listen, if you can get a good lawyer, them mofos can get you out of anything. See O.J. Simpson, because he killed them white folks, man. He killed them. He should have went to jail for that. But he had Johnny Cochran, and he was dealing with the LAPD, and the times just kind of came together, all converged together, and he had the money to get a high-quality defense. We can only imagine what this country would be like if all the black folks that have been unjustly over-incarcerated and over-penalized had the money to get a proper defense. Can I get an amen on that? But I may get to that and play that clip for you. I mean, their legal argument is hilarious. I was rolling, just listening to them. Man, they going hard in the legal paint for their client. Well, there's a distinction, there's levels to it, they said. You had some people that were fighting police officers. He didn't do that. He just was stealing federal property, right? It was hilarious. He sat down with Cuomo. He was talking with Cuomo. It was hilarious, man. I got to play that for you this morning. Somebody remind me if we get deep into another line of conversation, another narrative. It is hilarious. Man, money can buy you anything. He got two high-paid, high-powered, highly connected, highly experienced white male lawyers. They going hard in the legal paint. Like Elijah Wan, they're doing a dream shake in his defense, man. It might work. They didn't really get me convinced, but they was spinning it hard. They was spinning for him, boy. I'm like, damn. See, that's what money gets you. That's why everybody wants money. Money. That's why everybody wants it. I'm inside the chop shop. Brother Mazone writes, good morning, y'all. Good morning to you. Ray writes here. Sharp writes, good morning, Nate. And the choppers. Good morning to you, Sharp. Tracy writes, hi. Fox writes, rise and shine, young stars. Miss D writes, greetings. I need some chopper music. You know what I'm saying? We just can't do this just ordinarily. We got to have some chopper music. Hold on. We got to do this right. If we're going to do it, let's do it right.
Get to the chopper!
That's one more time.
Get to the chopper!
And we get some chopper music. All right, Sharp writes, good morning, Nate and Choppers. Tracy writes, hi. Fox writes, rise and shine, young stars. Miss D writes, greetings. Tanika writes, good morning, Nate and Choppers. Fox writes, my people has a mobile car wash service. Support black business. You know what? What he just said. Good morning to you, brother. What he just said. Drop writes, get to the choppers, impeach 45. Desperate Democrats will have to deal with 74 million Americans who are not Democrats. #N. Not really. He's got a mobile car wash. Ray writes, where is this car wash? Yeah, send us a link. I'll put it out there, Fox. I'm all about supporting black businesses. But it's mobile. That means you go to wherever you are, which I like that idea. 8 days into the great white hope, Joe Biden saves America. They go Drop. Drop is, I see you working, Drop, and I don't want you to stop, man, because you bring some flavor to the show, right? And I appreciate that. But no, bro, stop it. Stop it. Oh, I don't want to hear nothing about this black agenda. You weren't saying none of this when Trump was in office. When Trump was in office, you was running around here talking about the unemployment rate for black people is at an all-time low, and that's it. Trump did his job. There was nothing else to say. We couldn't tell you nothing else because the unemployment rate was at an all-time low for African Americans, right? Remember that? Stop it. Stop it. That's my RoboCop voice. Stop it. Drop it. That's funny. Drop it. You should use that, bro. Get the RoboCop voice. Brother Mazone writes, Democrats got 80 million Americans who got their backs. They will be okay. Brother Mazone, it's like you were reading my mind, man. Exactly. I ain't worried about no damn 74 million of goons. Kinda not worried about them. Drop writes, why do the desperate Democrats fear the first gangster president? Fear? It's not that they fear him. They fear the influence that any cult leader can wield. And we just saw it a week ago from today. It was a week in the past from today. Could it be the 74 million Americans who voted against the Biden-Harris agenda for America? Where is Barack Obama? Why doesn't he just act like it's his third term? Because Barack Obama don't want a third term. You think Barack wants to come back and deal with this country? Man, if I'm Barack Obama, I'm trying to sell these books. Chill with Michelle. They empty nesters now? Psh, he chilling with Michelle, and you know what I mean. Selling them books, and that's it. What is that? He gonna roller coaster like he got Secret Service protection for life. He chilling. Barack Obama don't want to come back and run a third term. I know I wouldn't. Would you? I'm making millions. I'm chilling with Michelle. We empty nesters. What else is there? What else is there to do? Joe Biden's in the White House. You helped, as you put it, Sleepy Joe. Sleepy Joe woke up and whooped that ass. So I hear you drop, but it ain't working, man. Hey, Ashley, what's going on? She writes, good morning, Nathan and Choppers, hashtag team and I, good morning to you. Tracy writes, Becky from Indian Hill doesn't have to work. Yeah, they don't have to, but they be getting all the damn jobs. Number one, because they got the cars. They can drive anywhere. But I feel you, though. I understand what you're saying. What's up, Mr. Avery? What? He done switched up the avatar, y'all. What? So look, that's a sharp photograph right there, Avery. How you doing, man? There you go. I like it. I like it. I like it. Good morning to you. I like it. Ray writes, it's affluenza can work. If affluenza can't work, that's hilarious. Tracer writes, I'll get the details from her. Thanks. Flu Magic writes, a Limburger cheese flavor. Limburger. Sister Iris writes, good morning, great people. Hey, good to see you, Sister Iris. Today's the day, right? You got the superintendent coming on today, right? Yeah, people should check that out. Was it Woke Wednesdays? Woke Wednesdays. They'll be talking with the superintendent, Lord Mitchell. Clue Magic writes, Grand Rising's named the Choppers. He continues, the Dems ain't studying Trump nor his base. His powers are dwindling. He and his followers are being exposed, fired, and sent to jail. This past year has shown just how repulsive Republicans are. What he just said, I mean, damn, he's so right about that. It don't matter whether you look at yourself as a Democrat or Republican. It is repulsive. When you got grown people that can't admit the truth. When you got grown people that were elected with the public trust, but they want to abuse that trust for their own personal political gain. Yeah, that's what I said. Brad Winstrup needs to be called out. I believe Terrence Graxon's going to run against him. At least he said he was in the 2nd Congressional District. I don't need to hear anything else. I already know, but I'm not in the 2nd Congressional District. I already know. What kind of man, how can you say that you represent the people and you sign on to go against the will of the people for political gain? It's amazing. It is. It's quite amazing. It's a damn shame. It's a damn shame. Good morning to you. Daryl is on Facebook. He writes, good morning, Nathan Choppers. Good morning to you, Daryl. Robin writes, sheep leading the sheep. Sad. That's right. Black people tried to tell you. I'm here to tell you that. And that's why we got all kind of memes now. That's why we think it's a little bit funny. It's very ironic. That's what it is. You know, as a black man, speaking for myself, when I see the way everybody's all outraged, that's the way we felt about Charleston. The mofos out there with their khaki shirts on and tiki torches. That's the way we feel every single day. The way y'all now feel after what happened, and y'all like, how could the police betray us? You took a sacred oath. That's what we've been telling you for years and years about these mofos. They are a problem. They took oaths and betrayed their oaths. But when it happens to white folks, all of a sudden, it's the number one issue. I'm just here to just rub it all in so we don't forget. You know what I'm saying? That's my duty this morning. I'm going to rub it all in. Just so you don't forget that we tried to tell you. Props to the sisters. They knew back in 2016 that there's some doors you just don't want to open, right? There's just some files you just don't want to open because once you open it, you can't unclose it. You can't unopen it, right? It's open now forever. And you opened up the political Pandora's box, that is Donald Trump, and you got what you got. Run around here talking about Benghazi. Benghazi? Huh? I told you back then, Benghazi, I mean, it's a shame that Americans had to lose their lives, but if you stay out of other people's business, then people around the world won't be mad at Americans. Real simple. But no, U.S. foreign policy, you always got to meddle. You always got to meddle. And I get it. U.S. foreign policy is about promoting and projecting the U.S. agenda, whatever that is. Right? I get it. But this is what happens. Speaking of Benghazi, like, if you think about it, this was like, what we just saw a week ago today was the worst attack on a U.S. facility or institution, however you want to look at it, since Benghazi. And more people got injured and killed with this one, right? And with Benghazi, when the Republicans had control of Congress, that's all they could talk about. Benghazi. They was doing formal hearings, informal hearings. Every day was about Benghazi. Why? Because they were setting the plate because they knew that Hillary Clinton was going to run for president and they wanted to bludgeon her with it. And they did it successfully. It opened the door for Donald Trump. Just saying. I'm watching some of these news reporters. These reporters are like, I can't believe it. You telling me that members of the military are involved? We told you this already, but you didn't want to listen to black folks. So now that when the chickens come home to roost, maybe you'll start to listen, which you probably won't. You ain't gonna listen. Because this country's hard-headed as a motherfucker. Y'all hard-headed. It's gonna take way more than that. Way more than that. TNT writes, if you see them, point them out. Kelly's on YouTube. She writes, good morning. Graston writes, let me see. Bro, what you are citing doesn't apply. None of these politicians engage in insurrection or rebellion. So go back to the library and read what I told you to read. Then give me a full report. Thanks for playing. I think you're trying to get technical with it, Graxton, and I get it. You know, law, being technical is about the law and all that kind of stuff. I get you. But no. But nah. No. Let me see. Marcia writes, good morning, Choppers. Nathan, did you see this? And asks, got his organic meal in prison. Let me see this. Yeah, I did see that. So one of the Capitol domestic terrorists, his mom came to his defense. Talking about he only eats organic food. Huh? Here it is. Man arrested in Capitol riot refuses to eat non-organic jail food. Now, what I will say is that I'm all about that organic life. You know, you don't have to get everything organic. There's a website. You can Google it if you're interested in trying to figure out, like, because organic costs more. You don't have to buy everything organic. There are some things that, and there are people out there that have dedicated a lot of time and money into researching this so you can benefit from it. But just Google, I can't remember the name of the website off the top of my head, but just Google the Dirty Dozen. And there's a website that's dedicated. They update this yearly, if not biannually. And what do? So what they do is they go to the produce stores, they go to the grocery stores, and they test the pesticide level in foods that are actually in the store. Okay. And there is a difference. That's one of the number one reasons why you want to go organic, since we're talking about. I'm all about the health of my people, right? You know, you don't want to get that GMO food, genetically modified organ. You don't want that. Okay. You want the stuff that was growing the way God intended it to be. That's what you want. Okay. And there's some things that are, all of it is GMO. That's why, you know, GMO and organic are two different things, but they're interrelated, kind of. And you want to get organic. Now, why is organic? Because whether you know it or not, you know, the food merchants, they put a lot of pesticides because of insects. Insects spoil crops. They waste their money. So what have they decided to do? Well, they decided to do two things. They created GMO. What is GMO? Well, GMO is essentially where the pesticides grow inside of the food. Yeah, you know that? Yeah, they genetically modify it so the insects don't want to eat it. And they claim that there's no residual and negative health benefits to human beings, but where they do that at? I've seen way too many sci-fi movies to believe that. I'm sorry. So I'm just telling you, for folks who don't know, there's a reason behind this. And then organic means, essentially the pesticide levels that they spray onto it. Monsanto, you've heard of this? Man, you need to Google it. So I'm all about that organic food life, but I'm also not a domestic terrorist, so you get what you get. Man arrested in Capitol riot refuses to eat non-organic jail food. His mother said that his mama. You want to see the image of this food? This fool. Let me put him on the screen here so you can see him. Yeah, there it is. There he is. That's organic food man right there. He got his little animal pelt. Now, what in the hell does he have on? Where is he going? Is he going to a Fortnite party or what? This ain't Halloween. What's the purpose of this? You a caveman now? What exactly are you doing? Living with your mama. Your mama coming to your defense. His name is Jacob Chansley, also known as Jake and Jelly. Jake and Jelly. Oh, man. He had the fur hat with horns and painted his face with the colors of the American flag. Sidebar. Did you see the video of the white domestic terrorists they dragged a police officer down the steps of the Capitol and they beat his ass with an American flag? You see that? I ain't making it up. This really happened. Happened a week ago today. The irony, it just couldn't be thicker, man. It just couldn't be more ironic. You might find this to be surprising, but Chansley is a QAnon supporter. What is QAnon? Well, QAnon is like the greatest, the latest cult. Everybody's doing it, right? It's like rock and roll. Everybody's doing it. Everybody's doing it. So QAnon basically is this conspiracy theory, and people take this very seriously. Now, don't chuckle. Wherever you are, don't chuckle, because you might have some QAnon supporters where you work at, and they will get your ass. But essentially what they believe, why is this in my head? You know, somebody's got to do it. But essentially they believe that there's a vast conspiracy out there, a pedophile ring, which there is. And see, that's how they get you with these conspiracy theories and these cults, is they sprinkle a little bit of sugar on that shit, right? That's the best. If you want somebody to eat shit, you don't serve them a full plate with nothing but shit on it. You got to put some honey on it. Put a little bit of sugar on it. It's like, I can't tell what this is. They just eat all that shit, right? It's like, smells familiar. What is that? It's shit. But you put a little bit of honey on it, put a little bit of sugar on it, people will fall for it every single time. And that's what they're doing with QAnon. So QAnon believes essentially that there's a vast pedophile ring conspiracy. It's all tied together. And they're peddling in children, which I believe that there's a vast underground of pedophiles out there. I believe that 100%. All these missing kids and things that are happening. And there's probably some people in high places involved with it. So, but anyway, so they believe there's a vast conspiracy ring that pedophiles and children is connected to the Democrat Party and Hillary Clinton and all of the left-leaning media. They're all in on it. And they are conspiring to topple the government. And here's the best part. Here's the best part. The best part, and probably the most unbelievable part about it, is that Donald Trump is aware of it. And so he's actively fighting against it. Like, Donald Trump is the hero in the QAnon conspiracy tree. I'm not making this up. I know it sounds unbelievable, but they believe that this lazy, Big Mac eating idiot is somehow some undercover superhero that's leading a charge. They also believe that rather than dealing with it full frontal, right? Because why would you, right? Rather than dealing with this with a full frontal assault, that via his Twitter, his social media engagements, and his public appearances, he's leaving them subtle and in some cases subliminal clues. So literally, after every tweet and speech, QAnon supporters, they got YouTube channels. It's big time. Some of these folks making big time money. They literally will like go through the speech and go through it like, oh, he's sending us a message. So when he raised his pinky, he was pointing north. And North Carolina is the epicenter for QAnon. All this kind of nonsense. I couldn't make this up, family. And as crazy as that seems, it's gaining momentum. Like they're getting more and more followers. It's a big time thing. So don't sleep on QAnon. They are a real problem. And this fool that I'm just talking about right here is a member of this fool right here. He looks like he should be in a cult, doesn't he? As the mascot. He should be the mascot. Look in the hell is wrong with us. Talking about some organic food. He don't need to eat. Eat that pelt. That's what you need to do. Come on. This is hilarious. I love this. This is so hilarious that the word organic was trending on Twitter a couple days ago. You talk about white privilege. That's another kind of level of white privilege where you can commit federal crimes in an animal pelt and horns with your face painted red, white, and blue. And then when you get arrested, your mama says that you need organic food. Well, man, we don't have no organic food for you. You're going to have to eat this slop like the rest of them. You're going to eat this turkey and cheese sandwich. It's not even good turkey and cheese. It's like the cheapest ever. Tell me he don't eat. If he doesn't eat organic, he's going to get ill. See, what it is some of these white folks, man, that's in the crowd, you know, for the first times in their lives, they're looking around and they can't get what they want and they don't know how to deal with it. They have no idea how to deal with it. So it must be black people's fault. It must be the people that's coming in illegally south of the border, right? So Trump, he gave his cult a target, which good cults do. You got to have a target. You got to have a focal point for your frustration and your resentment. And that's the melanated people, whether it be black or Hispanic. They just ain't white. It's everybody else's fault. Oh, they're taking over the country. They're bloating our budgets. Yeah, damn welfare babies. His mother said he's one of the gentlest people I know. Yeah, he looks real gentle, screaming at the top of his lungs in the halls of Congress with an animal pelt around his shoulders. Yeah, it looks real gentle. Y'all need to stop, man. Somebody. Y'all expect for Jesus to come back now. He's never coming back, ever. Black Jesus, that is. Robin writes, don't look at colors of skin. That will have you lost. Look at the Constitution rights before you lose them. Cleopatra Jones writes, the police betray their oath when it comes to the people of color all the time, Cleopatra. All the time. And some of these news reporters on some of these left-leaning cable networks in general are just, they're beside themselves. How did we get to this point? How is this possible? What do you mean, how is it possible? What do you mean? We've been here. Please, some of these officers have been betraying their oaths. They take the oath, they get the badge, they get the power, and then the corrupt part of their nature comes out. Welcome to the club. Welcome to America. Welcome to America. Carmelita writes, hey, good morning to you, Carmelita. The no-fly list has been cracking me up. Me too. I'm all about it. I think it's hilarious. I really do. I know that's a different type of humor, whatever. It is what it is. I think it's hilarious. Nat writes, always meddling, i.e. Patrice Lumumba. Deshauna writes, good morning, Nathan, and everyone. Hey, good morning to you, Deshauna. Hey, Jerica's in the house. She writes, hola, beautiful black people, and the others too. I love I can see your avatars. Good morning to you, Jerica. She's a married woman. That's right. Take care of that king, sis. Take care of that king now. Janice writes, New York cut off all their business ties with the Trump organization because he's a criminal. Trump's been a criminal. He's been a criminal. You know, as a black community, we just sitting back like, So now y'all want to wake up. Oh, so now y'all want to pull your support. We've been telling you this since day one, but hey, we'll take it whenever we can get it. Danita writes, ZTCA portrays that God loves them. Bottom line, you don't have to agree with their Christian values, but being disrespectful to their values says more about you as a person than them. They don't have a picture of white Jesus. Again, maybe you should know what you were talking about before you assume. Ooh, tell them. Charles writes, another show of white privilege. Let a black inmate refuse to eat due to a specific diet. He will starve. Absolutely. He absolutely will. Listen, I want to get your opinion about what happened to this black teenager. I showed the image to you, but I know a lot of people are coming to the stream right now. Check this out. This young man went to get a job over at Mike's Car Wash. How many people have ever got your car washed at Mike's Car Wash? And his mother is an entrepreneur. She owns I want to say hair salon, for lack of, I'm not sure how she would define it, but I'll just say that. And she made sure he's looking right. She got her son looking right. I like that style right there. That's nice. So he went over to Mike's Car Wash to get it for a job interview. From what I got from the news report, he did a great job. They liked him. He interviewed well. Some people don't interview so well. He interviewed well, but he didn't get the job. Guess why? Because of his hairstyle. Because of his hairstyle. That's right. No job for you. No job for you because you've got locks. I've gone to Mike's Car Wash many times. I can't remember anybody's hairstyle. Doesn't really matter. They've got women that work there. They've got males and females. I'll put it that way. What difference does the hairstyle make? And as the story goes, apparently, I'm not sure if they reached out to corporate, but they got a correspondence back from Mike's Car Wash saying, you know what, we want to offer him the job. But the mother was like, screw that. It's too late now. I agree with her 100% of how she handled that. That's called pride. That's called being smart. No job is worth your dignity. No job is worth your dignity. And see, this is part of the problem. You know, our society tells black people and people in general, but I want to talk about black folks, do the right thing. Keep your nose clean. Don't rob and steal. Don't put a ski mask on and knock people over the head and take their money. Okay, get a job, pay your taxes. Young man's doing exactly that. He gets denied because of his hairstyle. Now, I don't know if it was a gender bias because maybe they didn't want long hair, but I've been there before and I saw young women with long hair. What difference does it make? Again, I don't see the problem with it. I really don't. All this stuff about locks that some of these organizations and even some of these schools, I don't get it. I really don't understand it. I really don't. You know, how is locks outside of your dress code? Now, if it's like a length of hair kind of thing, okay, say cut your locks. They've got to be shorter than that. That's another thing. But number one, I'm concerned about the racial bias, the culture bias, and the gender bias. And maybe it's a little bit of both. Because they're not going to be telling young girls, young women, like, look, you can't work here because you've got a ponytail. They're not going to tell Becky or Eileen from Marymount that you can't work here because you've got a ponytail. They wouldn't dare do that. They wouldn't dare. I don't believe it. They wouldn't dare. They would not dare. So who knows? And then again, I want to reiterate a point I made earlier. What kind of manager doesn't know what the policy is? And then if your Mike's Car Wash, they say they changed their policy. Why was it ever a policy that you couldn't have locks? Why? I want to hear that. If it's a length of hair kind of thing, you can have short locks. But, maybe it's just the most stereotypical stuff. There was a school that has a lot of black kids. I think it's safe to say it's a black school, right? The leadership is all black. Student body, I think, majority black. And they denied a young boy from being a part of the student body because he was growing locks. The boy was, what was it, first, second grade, something like that? And the parents was like, screw that, we out of here. We're going to take our son somewhere else. Props to that. Because there's too many black folks that'll be disrespected and then still spend their money or just be in that environment. And I can't understand why anybody would do that. I ain't for it. So props to mom out there. Props to mom. She did the right thing. I love it. TNT writes, he better eat that organic jail apple and shut the hell up. I know that's right. Kush writes, Royal Car Wash is black owned and they do excellent work south of Mike's Car Wash. Word. Okay. Yeah, I admit it to you. I've gone to Mike's Car Wash only because, I thought it was easier. A lot was faster, but you can't get if you ain't treat my people right, you can't get my money. I'm sorry. Even if I got to be inconvenienced. The Horn Trump supporter will be eating organic salads in prison. Brent, you fall. That's totally organic, huh? You wrong, man. You wrong, bro. You wrong. I'm searching for the ABs. You wrong, but it's kind of funny. You wrong. Organic salads? What? Oh, my God, man. You're wrong for that, bro. Organic salads. Greg writes, the Benghazi attack happened partly because Obama and Hillary interfered in Libya's business and helped overthrow Gaddafi. Libya has been unstable since they overthrew Gaddafi, and they have actually brought back slavery of Africans. I'll say it again. The U.S. foreign policy, in a lot of cases, does more harm than it does good. We need to worry about America, and that's it. But of course, in a global, I was gonna say global world, but that's redundant. But in a global paradigm, right, where commerce is bigger than just the confines of your continent or your country, right? Especially with the internet and then with the capabilities of projecting power vis-a-vis missiles, military, whatever, it all matters. The U.S. foreign policy is necessary. I'm not saying it's not necessary, but if you look through the history of the things that this country has done in our name, it's caused a lot of misery, death, and a whole lot of problems for us. A whole lot of problems. Brent writes, there are no federal standards for the organic label. That I don't believe is true, Brent. I don't believe that's true, quite honestly. Now, I would double check on that. Janice writes, they approved his request to eat organic food in prison. What? Really? Send me the link. I ain't read that. Really? Let me see. I didn't read that. I didn't read that they did that. Oh, yeah. Okay, so they will abide by the judge's order and plan to give Chansley food in line with the shaman's strict organic diet. Damn, so he is getting organic food. Man, listen, if I ever go to prison, I want organic food. I want shaman's organic food. What? Good catch on that, Janice. I ain't even real. I just read it through the article real quick. You 100% correct on that. So this man is actually getting organic food in federal prison or lockup. Okay. Damn. Cleopatra writes, the pesticides activate my inflammation and arthritis. Oh, man, those pesticides that people are eating, it accumulates in your cells. And then over 5, 10, 15, 20 years, people have to start to have all kind of issues. They have no idea why. It's the food you've been eating. You're essentially poisoning yourself. That's the truth. Robin writes, I tried to help y'all. I'm blown away that this man is getting organic food. That's amazing. Toy writes, Food Inc. is a great documentary on GMO and Monsanto. I saw it back in 2010. I've seen most of it, not all of it. It is really, 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 really deep. It's really. I just made a powerful statement that a lot of people, unfortunately, don't have the discipline to really take advantage of. And that is, if you're having a lot of issues and you can't figure out what it is, start with your food. Start with your food. If your kids are acting up in school and you're dealing with ADHD or whatever it's called, hyperactivity disorder, or a whole host of things, start with what's in your refrigerator. Start there. And there are people out there that have chronic illnesses. Some things can be as deep as diabetes. Check the food that you're eating. Start there. Start there. You change your diet, you're going to see amazing health benefits. We ain't even talking about working out. If you combine working out with the right foods, oh my God, you're going to be living your best life. You're going to be living your best life. But a lot of people don't know this, unfortunately. And then even when they do know it, a lot of people, it's hard that they don't have that discipline to stop eating the foods that they love. You know what I'm saying? Some people live to eat. That's their thing. They call themselves foodies, right? And I mean, I like food. It's cool, but I eat to live. There's nothing out there I love more than being alive. Like I said a few days ago, you think I'm giving up my time on this earth over some fucking hot dogs? Over a hamburger? Over some French fries? Hell no. I ain't doing that. That would be foolish. Jane writes, good morning. Good morning to you, Jane. Always good to see you. Always. TNT writes, maggots will have a new calling, prison reform. Right. All of a sudden, we got to reform the prisons, right? Oh, it's so wrong. It's so wrong. It's so wrong. Oh, we didn't know that prison was so bad. Oh, man, that is hilarious. Is this real? Trump is awarding U.S. Rep. Jim Jordan with the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Oh, my God. Jim Jordan is a Gilligan straight from Gilligan's Island. Straight from Gilligan's Island. Really? Damn. For what? For having his back and lying with him and things. What exactly does he deserve the presidential, for what? Oh, my God. I'm reading that Abby Phillip is getting her own show on CNN. It's been a long time coming. I can watch that sister on TV all day long. It starts on January 24th. I'll be watching. I got a chance to meet her once. Let's just say it's real. It's real. It was my pleasure. It was my pleasure. I would have shot my shot too. I'm gonna go ahead and be honest with you. I mean, I'm married, but I would have shot my shot, but she was moving too quick. I'll be honest with you. I was gonna shoot my shot at Abby Phillip. I mean, hey, if it worked, you'd have been jelly. I'm just saying. I ain't, the wifey can hear this too. I mean, we ain't gonna get divorced. Oh, is that wrong? Oh, I'm a married man. Yeah. Like I said, I'm married to her, not you. It's none of your business. I'm just telling you. You know what I'm saying? Damn. Anyway, let's move on. I keep telling you, I am a man. 100%. First and foremost. Let me see here. I mean that too. I mean, I ain't joking. I mean it 100%. Let me see here. I'm sure somebody's gonna post something about that. Nate, what kind of you married? I'm married to her, not you. Let her deal with it. Let me see here. I'm looking for something in particular. I want to play this for you. I'm inside the Friends page, the Friends Who Like the Nathan Ivey Show. It's a Facebook page. You're more than welcome to join if you would like to. You don't have to. It's completely up to you. We're going to do us no matter what. Yeah. I want to play this for you. Just a little bit, man. This dude goes in on the culture. He goes in on hip hop. His name is Charleston White. And I want to play some of this for you, and I want to get your thoughts. Now, I want to give you an update and a heads up, not an update, but a heads up, that there is extreme language. There's extreme language. I know it's early in the morning. Your kids are doing virtual, but we're going to do this anyway, okay, because we grown folks, okay? This is what we want to do, all right? But I want to give you a heads up so you can make your plans, whatever you might decide. You know what? I don't want to be around here for this, Nate. Too much for me. But I want to play this for you because I think it's interesting. I think he makes some really interesting points that are worthy of a deeper discussion this morning, all right? Y'all ready for this? I'm not sure where the original video is. I think I've seen it in a couple different places. You can find it in the Friends page right now. Rotate.
I'd come through there, nigga, we might still be like Mississippi some goddamn well. But, you know, the civil rights movement didn't come to Fort Worth. So we're a conservative, good old boy town, and niggas don't get out of line with white folks in my town. In Dallas, niggas buck white folk. Yeah, so it's a totally complete, different, entities in environments, right? Mindsets. It's almost like two different worlds. Most niggas in Dallas that's from, but when them white boys, I think it was about 500 white boys came through a caravan of Trump flags, and they stopped in Oak Cliff. At Freddie Haynes Church.
And this was what the rant was about.
Yeah, that's what the rant was about. So I'm saying, nigga, if I come over there in y'all neighborhood with my flag on, flying my flags, nigga, y'all go kill me. Y'all let them white boys do that, nigga? Y'all didn't so much as been, now they went out there, fuck you, white boy. Y'all better get y'all white ass. Y'all wouldn't have done no black boy like that. Y'all would have killed him. So you mean to tell me y'all let all these white came over here and put law down? So until we start putting law down, till we start being willing to spill some blood for what our demands are, we can't tell that white boy nothing. That white boy like to spill blood. If you want him to understand something, you got to spill his blood. He been at war for 270-some years. You think some niggas who don't want to go to war with him can tell him anything when he done went to war with everybody? The white boys was over there. All the niggas turned their back on the white boys and put all the focus on me. So guess what the white boy could have did? Killed me and all the niggas back in slavery. I can't wait to throw me some money. He beat up my sister. You ain't heard no nigga say nothing like that. But they gonna come hurt me for what I done said and ignore what the white boy done. I can't wait till that white man put us back in slavery. I can't wait till they round our motherfucking ass up and put us back in chains and slavery. I'm gonna be the first nigga to volunteer to go into the house with that white boy. So I can stand on the porch when we giving our job duties in the morning to all the slave niggas. I can't wait to tell you niggas, yeah, nigga, you got this job. I told you, nigga, we were going back to slavery. Stupid motherfuckers. Yeah, I can't.
Are you hip to this guy? Anybody been watching any of his videos? Are you hip to them? Like I told you, it was going to be some extreme language. I told you up front, it was going to be extreme language. I ain't lying to you. Stream. It is what it is. We all grown, so don't act like you ain't heard it before. But I want to give you a heads up. Like I said, I conduct myself in a certain way, but we grown folks. I like to give you a heads up, and so you know what to expect. If you want to turn it off, you can turn it off. You want to turn it on, you can turn it on. There's a couple of his videos, man. Dude is real interesting to me. Not because of his language per se. He just got a real interesting and vocal perspective, which I appreciate. I love somebody that's vocal. I love that. He ain't afraid to share his opinion. And so I just started, somebody turning me on to him and sent me a link a couple days ago. I just started watching more and more of his videos. I'm like, huh. And he went in on hip hop culture. I mean, he went in on hip hop culture. He went in on hip hop culture. And I'm not mad at him at all. I ain't mad at him one bit. He went super hard at the culture because he was like, you know, some of these artists is saying one thing and doing something else. I'm going to play this for you. Again, more extreme language. Okay. I'm going to give you a heads up. You can make your own decision for yourself. It may or may not be something that you want to, you know, you want to be around, you want to listen to. I totally respect it. Okay. You ain't got to be here. Of course, I want you to stay here with me, but you can do whatever you want to do. I get that 100%. But I want to play this for you because I think he makes some very interesting points. You might even say he makes some very valid points in this video. That was shocking, wasn't it? Yeah, he was coming hard with it. But I'm going to jump around. I'm not going to just play it all just straight. It's like 14 minutes. I don't have time for that. But I want to just play a little bit of it. And then I want you to give me your thoughts. Have you seen any of his videos? Do you follow him? What do you think what this black man is saying? What do you think about what this brother is saying?
Uzi took down the record off his Instagram. He did another song with Tuzi. Tuzi took the song off Instagram. Gilly the Kid was dancing to the song on Instagram. He deleted the video off his Instagram page. It's like he's getting blackballed right now. You spoke out about it. Hold on. You spoke out about it, and I posted it on Say Cheese.
And it's
everybody going in on you.
They didn't blackball Game when he child molested that 15, 16-year-old girl that he just got sued for. That nigga fucked the baby. And got sued and lost. They had evidence and showed that Game with the butterfly tattoo on his face that he molests children. He's a pedophile. And he walking around with his chest still stuck out, hollering, and everybody still love him.
Hey, wait a minute. Is that true? Yo, wait, ho. Wait a minute. Is that true? Is that true about Game? So that just wasn't on my radar screen. So I did a little bit of checking a couple days ago, and I'm like, yo, there's some articles out there where Game, the rapper, he does dope music. Apparently, he was sliding in the DMs of like a 17-year-old girl, which would make him a pedophile. Like this Negro's in his like 30s or something, ain't he? Like 30s or something like that? He might be earlier than that. So Game out here, wait a minute, you out here with all the women that you can get. Because there's a lot of women out there that like Game. They think he's attractive and he's got a certain aura or whatever. You know, do you, ladies, do you. But you on some R. Kelly type ish? You know, I ain't with that 100%. I disavowed R. Kelly. I disavowed R. Kelly because he's a pedophile. I ain't playing no pedophile music. I ain't rocking with no pedophiles. There's no song in the world that I care that much about where I'm rocking with a pedophile. I'd advise you to do the same thing. Any black man out here still rocking R. Kelly is subject to be a pedophile himself. That's how strongly I take it. If you are rocking R. Kelly, you suspect to me. There's too much information out there. Do we got to put Game in that same file? What the hell? I ain't know about this, man. Damn, you learn something new every day. I love the internet.
Right? So here it is. We can go on and on. Young Buck been caught with a tranny. Tranny come out and give us proof that the boy been with a tranny. Dwight Howard, another tranny come out. So y'all gonna tell me this little boy at 13 years old witnessed a murder that you was there. So him and his mom witnessed this murder, and you niggas is telling this kid that he should have went against his mama? 100 and Game is the best of friends, and Game is a known, proven pedophile child molester.
Again, this brother going so hard, man. Is this true? Can somebody confirm this to me? Is this in fact true? Because I like Game, man. Like, I'm not saying I bump his music every day, but I don't distance myself from his music. You know me, I ain't rocking with no pedophiles. Period. I ain't playing your music. I'm not promoting your music. I'm 100% against you in any way I can be. You cannot say that you stand for good things for our children and you out here standing with pedophiles. I mean, Game, I thought he had lots of women or whatever. I don't know what another man is doing, but I'm just saying you get this information through the internet, things come across your screen, things like that. Really? Listen, if you're just tuning in, have you ever seen this brother before? Have you seen any of his videos? If so, what do you think about his flow?
So we go embrace the child molesters, right? And say, okay, that kid done something. How old is he now? About 20?
He's 19.
19, 20?
Yeah.
Okay. He ain't done nothing since he been an adult. It's a whole lot of niggas got booty with their boy cousin and they was boys. I know some niggas here. They cousin stripped at the strip club and she one of the baddest strippers and they go try to get at her. Wait for the bullshit. We realized we was tricked. I'm trying to tell the kids, listen, say nigga, y'all don't have to wait to get to the penitentiary to meet the real niggas who these niggas is emulating and you go
came at Uzi and Gilly super disrespectful.
Yeah, I did. With every intent to.
Yeah, but earlier
I ain't trying to make friends with these niggas, homie. They got super disrespect. Name me a rap lyric that's respectful.
So now he gets into it about rap music. He says, name me a rap lyric that's respectful. Well, there's a whole lot of rap lyrics that's respectful. The only mistake I heard in his flow is they lumping all the music in together. There's a whole lot of conscious artists out there. There's a whole lot of artists out there that's trying to educate people. You can't lump it all into it. Now, if you're talking about more radio, popular music, you're going to get, music is just like movies. You're going to get a little bit of everything, but let's hear what the brother got to say. I think it's kind of interesting. Check this out.
Name me some music that these niggas make that's respectful. How in the fuck they go demand some respect when they some of the most disrespectful motherfuckers to the black woman we ever seen? How? And not only are they in it in their lyrics, they in it in their actions. Future got 12 baby mamas, just putting babies everywhere, ain't raising none of them. Niggas just making fatherless babies everywhere. When all the statistics say fatherless children, nigga, is at the greatest detriment.
Now, I hate to get into another man's business, but we know that ish about Future is 100% true. Talking about he getting spiritually married. What's that mean? What's that mean for the kids? Because you know you're going to pop out another baby with her. That is irresponsible in a month. I'm just be honest. That's irresponsible. The brother's 100% right. We know that these kids at the greatest risk, you just popping them out just because you can. You ain't ever heard of a condom? You ain't ever heard of spermicide? Damn. Irrespect. He on point on that.
How this nigga doing this? So listen, this is what I'm telling everybody. Nigga, fuck what I say. Nigga, look at what I do in real life. You niggas getting stuck on what I'm saying. You niggas falling in love with the Mackin, nigga. You niggas falling in love with the Mackin. That's for the hoes, nigga. You niggas.
He's stupid, man. But again, I'll end it right there. There's a link in the Facebook page, the friends who like the Nathan Ivey Show. You can check out the rest. I know it was extreme language, whatever you want to call it. That's why I got the sticker up there for mature content. So you can make your own decision. I mean, you are watching I'm real grown, like ain't going back. Love it. But I want to know, I mean, anybody hip to this dude? I went to his Instagram, man. He's got quite a nice little following and he's got some haters too. He posted a photograph of what appears to be his young daughter and she's holding a weapon. I don't even know what kind of weapon it is. And then people was getting at him on his Instagram feed like, well, isn't this exactly what you were talking against? Because he spent some time in that video that I just showed you talking about the violence and stuff like that, which, you know, it was interesting. Talking about how the music culture impacts the violence and things like that. It was interesting. But to me, I don't see no contradiction there. You got every right to be a legal gun owner in this country. You got every right to be. Black folks should be a part of that. You got every right to teach your children how to safely use and handle a firearm. You got every right to do that. That has nothing to do with, killing your brother over a dice game or over a woman or something like that. Like I said, I was watching the Valley Service podcast last night with FP. She had her 2 sons on there. It was a real interesting multi-generational conversation about what people call black on black crime from a Cincinnati perspective, right? And one of her sons, her younger son that was with her, was like, he was hilarious. He said, niggas is ussy whipped. They ussy whipped, right? You know, they just, they falling in love. And I'm like, really? You out here shooting another man over a woman? With all these women out here? I'll take the brother for his word because he's speaking from his honest and true and authentic perspective. But damn, really? So that's different. That's completely different than being able to, than teaching your children or your family how to protect themselves in an emergent situation. So a little bit of a sidebar from where we started. I want to throw that in this morning and get your thoughts about, what you just heard. Are you aware of that, brother? What'd you think about the video? What'd you think about some of his takes? And I'm going to go straight to your comments. Let me jump inside the chop shop and see what they got to say here. Brenda writes, happy Wednesday. Good morning to you. Let me see here. B writes, good morning, all. Tracy writes, shaking my damn head. Angela writes, salutations. Good morning to you. Mass folks walking out on pardons here soon. That's right. How to Eat to Live by Elijah Muhammad. That's from Fox. Why not organic food in jail? They already given sex change surgery for homosexuals. Is that real? You can do that in jail? Damn. Huh. See here, Robert Anthony writes, I'm hollering. Oh, my gosh. Greg writes, New York City is ending its contracts with the Trump. I think I read that already. No, I didn't read that. New York City is ending its contracts with the Trump organization. Trump came into the presidency as a Trump, but he's leaving as a chump. They rhyme, Trump and chump, so good one right there. Dale writes, I know Oak Cliff. Janice writes, I hate him using the N-word, And like I'll be honest with you, the way I do my business and conduct the show, it can be a departure from my personal life. I just, understand the nature of what I'm doing and the environments that people are in. It doesn't mean you're not going to hear it. And I could have edited tape, but I didn't want to edit the tape. I want you to hear it raw the way it was. And that's the reason why I put the sticker up. So people know. And again, my style is I give you a heads up. Daniel writes, Pastor Hanny's is the truth. Cleopatra writes, facts, white boys like to spill blood. I thought that was apropos concerning what just happened a week ago at the Capitol. Like, they came prepared to murder people. If they could have got their hands on Nancy Pelosi, they would have killed her. They would have murdered her. They would have tried her for crimes against white men, and they would have executed her on the spot. I have no doubt about that. And that's why they all need to be dealt with as harshly as possible. Dale writes, he ignorant. Deshauna writes, what the hell? Janice writes, ain't he a fool? Shelly writes, good morning. James writes, I seen him before this. He's a Room 21 vet. Is that right? Antonio writes, yeah, he definitely hit some points on his videos. Yeah, I just got hip to him, man. Shout out, to Akeem, and then, some other people sent it to me as well. Shout out to them. Glenn writes, wow. Sean writes, that, yes, I'm hip to him. He's raw. Yeah, he is raw, and I like that. We need that rawness. Nothing wrong being raw. He ain't say nothing that we ain't said or heard and family members and friends said before. Wow, this guy in the red jacket wants to become a slave. Wow. Yeah, I didn't really understand the point he was trying to make with that one. The point he was trying to make seemed to be ultimately self-destructive. Like, yeah, I can't wait till they make us slaves again. That ain't happening. He said, I'm going straight to the house, and then I'm going to tell all you niggas what to do. I didn't understand his point on that one. That was the weaker part about it. Lemmy writes, good morning. Sade writes, I agree with a lot of things he was saying. Watched this video recently, yeah? Yeah, I can't say that the quality of his thoughts was so off point. Especially when he was talking about some of these hip hop dudes, like, and I thought it was interesting because it reminded me of some stuff that came up last night on the Valet Service podcast. And I want to put that out there. Actually, I've been sitting on it for a couple of days now. Brooke writes, I'm from Ethiopia. If this country goes back to slavery, I'm going back to Ethiopia. And anyone who want to come is welcome. I know that's right, Brooke. But that's not happening. Lonnie writes, play it, goddammit. I did. Brent writes, it was a back to blue rally in Dallas, Charleston. Step and fetch it. White was lying. Okay. Man, if you know Pastor Haynes, he comes out of the Pastor Jeremiah Wright perspective of black liberation theology. See, I'm just getting hip to him. Lonnie writes, play it. I did. Cleopatra Jones writes, that music today is not hip hop. It's a trap for our young men and women. It's a trap. It's a trap. Is the music a trap? I understand where you're coming from, and I can't disagree. If you're coming from what I'm thinking, I get what you're saying. I think that the first trap starts at the house. It starts at the home. It starts with what happens with mom and dad, if mom and dad are there, or mom and dad creating a positive environment that will cultivate the growth of their children. That's the first trap. Mom ain't in the house, dad ain't in the house. That can be a trap. If the culture inside the house is not positive and conducive for positive growth, that's the first trap. If you've got that in place, then outside the home and all of those outside influences can become even more of an influence than they should be. Like, everybody's influenced by something. Youth are influenced by the culture, by music, fashion, all that kind of stuff. Internet, there's no way around it. But what mom and dad do at the house, I still maintain, is the most prominent culture. And if that ain't right, yeah, any little thing, you might end up in a cold, anything might happen to you. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would say. And do I blame hip hop in general? No, I don't. I don't blame hip hop, because hip hop is an art form. It's music. It's a way of expressing yourself. Sometimes some people, and again, what's positive and negative is all in the eyes of the beholder. I might listen to something and say, that's some negative shit. Somebody else might listen to it and like, oh man, they're telling the truth. It's all about the perspective you coming from. You know what I'm saying? So again, I put a lot of weight on what happens with mom and dad in the household. If Papa is a Rolling Stone, wherever he lays his head is his home. He ain't there in the house. Mom ain't there in the house. Or they are in the house, but they own dope. They bring in a bad environment. That's going to set the kids up for failure. That's how I look at it. You know what I'm saying? And again, they said the same thing about NWA. And now we look at NWA as trailblazers. When NWA was at the height of their prominence in the culture, you had some black people looking at it like, oh, this music gonna bring us all down. Now looking back, we look at them as prophets, as founders, as OGs. It is what it is. If we're so consoled about, if black folks had did what they should have done with hip hop culture, what we should have done is embrace it and invest in it and then control it, then we would have been in control of the music industry, but we didn't do that. We left it up to the whites and the non-blacks. And so they went just for the money. And when you go just for the money in our culture, that means you're always going to get that malt liquor. Malt liquor is a big seller. Why? Because people sell it. People buy it. You're going to have the malt liquor of anything is going to be out there. You're going to have the malt liquor of music, the malt liquor of whatever. Some people like champagne. Diddy's got a vodka that's like, shit, $500 a bottle, something crazy like that. You got a market for that. But then you can also get you some malt liquor that's like 12% alcohol for $1.99. You know, you got some artists out there just keeping it real, talking about shit that's going on that people really care about. And then you got some artists out there selling the malt liquor. It is what it is. And, you know, if you got a problem with it, start you a music company and start putting out the kind of music that you really, that you think should be out there for the culture. Other than that, don't matter. Don't matter. Hold on one second here, because I have not been directing our phone calls to the right place. So I know people have been trying to call in, and my apologies. I'm not infallible. So let me make sure our phone calls are coming to the right place this morning. My apologies for the folks trying to call in. Yeah. I'm getting the messages. Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. All right, give me 1 second here. Give me 1 second. I'll get us together. There we go. We good now. So for folks who want to call in, feel free to call in. My apologies, my bad. You know, I come to rock. I can do this all day. Let's see, calls, no calls. But of course, your calls are always welcome. When he says at the end of the interview about the slave huddle, that's James. Oh, I ain't even get to that. I see Gerald. That's Sean. Let me see. Eric writes, what's up, Eric? We can separate the music from the artist. People are complex. Absolutely. We certainly can. Diario writes, I grew up in a Pentecostal household, and all the churches I have attended growing up had a white, blonde hair, blue eyes Jesus. Hold on. Had a white hair, blue-eyed Jesus post behind the pulpit. If Zion Temple is teaching that Jesus was black, that's cool. But the black Jesus image had long locks too. So why can't the student wear their hair long like black Jesus, since this is who they're supposed to strive as? Damn, somebody making devastating points this morning. Great point. Excellent point. Sean writes, morning, mighty people. Good morning to you, Sean. Dale writes, just so y'all know, Oak Cliff is rough. Charles writes, he has valid points. TNT writes, somebody mad. He was mad. Lemmy writes, vasectomy. Yeah, why won't Future get a vasectomy? Because he don't have to. Because he's going to find plenty of women that'll have sex with him raw because they want to get pregnant by him. Some of these women want to get pregnant by this dude. Why? Because they think he got money. And as long as he has money, they want to try to milk it. Let's keep it 100. That's what it's all about. It's a give and take. It is what it is. He getting what he want, they getting what they want. Everybody happy. Except for the child, right? You got 10 kids. How you going to take care of them damn kids? Lawrence writes, hey, good to see you, brother. Future cannot have children. It's not his choice. Good to see you, man, with the Black Shopping Network, brother, doing big things out there. I see you. I love it. See. Greg writes, who is Charleston? Who or, oh, he's about the brother. Yeah, the brother's name was Charleston. Let me see. Glenn writes, so rappers disrespect women, but he calls women hoes? Oh, you picked up on that? You picked up on that, huh? Billy writes, it's only irresponsible if you can't take care of the kids you create. I can't afford it, so I stop. You have what you can afford to support. That sounds like a responsible black man right there. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And it's also irresponsible because he's doing it with multiple women. So you can't be in a household with all your kids. You got kids all over the country. You can't possibly be there for them. But, you know, he finding some women that'll go along with it. So I guess that's all that matters, right? It's all that matters. It's all that matters. Hey, listen, if you want to share your thoughts, I have finally unlocked the phone lines. There's my number right there, 513-873-7134. Again, this is the Nathan Ivey Show. I'm going to slip into a quick break, just a quick break. I'll be right back. I ain't going too far. All right. Let it marinate a little bit and share your thoughts if you like to. All right. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Hiya. Queen of All Knowledge here, reminding you, creeps out there on the internet hack, scam, and trick savvy cyber users every day. But we can fight back. It's as easy as IC3. If you're a victim of online crime, don't give up. Visit IC3, the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center. Your tips help the FBI track down cyber criminals around the world. Report your crime to www.ic3.gov today.
Everybody, welcome back. Just a quick break. 513-873-7134. I'm back with you, rocking with you up until the top of the hour this morning, 10 a.m. The Nathan Ivey Show, of course, brought to you by Sin Digital Media. Speaking of which, coming up today, you've got the Truth to Power podcast with the Cincinnati NAACP, Joe Mallory, TNT. The leadership of the Cincinnati NAACP will be live streaming today at 1 p.m. And among other things, they'll be talking about what happened a week ago, the Capitol fiasco. And of course, they always like to look forward. You know, their mission is the enrichment of Black people in the Cincinnati area and beyond. When you see the stream go up, because we're trying to build this profile, this platform and the various programs, please like and in particular share. It means a whole lot. Thank you so much in advance. If you want to share your thoughts, you got my number right there. Just remember to open your mind before you give us a call this morning. It's always great. I want to hear it. I'm here for it. So far this morning, you know, I'm still on that keeping it real with you. Black people tried to tell you, but America doesn't want to listen to us. You didn't want to listen to us. We tried to tell you, and now you get what you get, and we don't want to hear no crying about it. That is my general posture when it comes to all this stuff happening and relating to the Capitol siege. We tried to tell you. Now everybody's acting like they so surprised. Like, why would police officers be involved in this? Have you seen what's been happening in this country? What you mean? Why would they be? They've been involved in this. Some of these officers they abandoned morality and abandoned their oath. In some cases, as soon as they got in office or took the oath, they turned their backs on it. So I ain't surprised by none of it, family. I'm not surprised. How many people are surprised by what they saw? I'm not. How can you say you're surprised by what you saw? I ain't surprised, not one bit. Not even a little bit. But a lot of non-Black people are so surprised. Like all the Black people I talk to are like, see, I told you. It's only white people that's surprised by this because y'all living in a bubble. We've been telling you. We've been telling you about members of law enforcement. Not all of them are friends of the community. I read from an article in Politico. This is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. That you had some members of law enforcement. Now, which law enforcement, where exactly, I don't have the details. But members of law enforcement joined the crowd on Wednesday. And we're trying to we're flashing their badges, trying to get entry into the Capitol building. So far, 3 Capitol police officers have been suspended because they were basically going along with it, taking selfies with the terrorist. Now, you know damn well these officers would not have been taking selfies if it was Black Lives Matter protesters. It never would have happened. It never would have happened. Everybody's surprised. You got Republican lawmakers, a few of them across the country, that got arrested because they participated in the siege. Former members of the military dressing up all G.I. Joe. I'm going to put the equipment on one more time. Joined the mob on the siege in the Capitol. Yeah. You got Republican members of Congress that are still playing that game about how Trump and the election and it wasn't stolen and yabba dabba. They still playing these games. So this is not over. This is just the beginning. Buckle up. The year is just getting started. It's just getting started. Sean writes, any music that promotes the degradation of black women and violence toward black men is pure evil. Okay, I'm with you on that. Generally, I got you. James writes, in order to re-slave the black man, you have to make him weaker, as into which our male imagery has been seen over the last few years as dresses, man purses, skinny jeans. It's definitely a trap. Charleston saying, I told y'all, and since y'all ain't listening, he wants the position in the cabinet known as overseer. The hey boss, he ain't working guy. Okay. The hey boss, he ain't working guy. Is that right? Skinny, we're going to put skinny jeans in there with dresses. I mean, if you want to put man purses, dresses, that's a leap. Dresses is off the over here. Skinny jeans, man purses, you talking about a fanny pack? Those are 80s accessories, man. Nat writes, I still bump 90s Mobb Deep, Biggie, etc. They was on some street-ish too. Yeah, they were. They were. Charles writes, his point was blacks kill blacks for the minimum, but white folks come through doing the most and black folks do nothing about it. George Zimmerman is still walking around, but you just gunned Tyrone down for looking your direction. Yeah, I got his point, Charles, and you're right about that. We do the same thing with black-owned businesses. There are black people out there that'll tolerate bad service and then go right back to a white-owned establishment. But when it's a black-owned establishment, they want to go on Yelp. They want to go on Facebook. Oh, black people got to get their ish together. They want to go super hard in the paint. We can debate as to where that comes from. Rachel writes, the major commercialization of hip-hop promotes women being degraded. He is not stating nothing new. Rappers like X-Clan, Public Enemy, KRS-One, Lupe Fiasco, and Chance the Rapper will not get as much play as Snoop, Future, Migos, etc. You're right about that. You're right about that. You're right. Snoop, Future, Migos, because of the nature of what they're talking about, especially their willingness to talk about drug culture, in particular, Future. Snoop, too, with the weed and the drinking. I mean, you know, some of that stuff is legal, and depending where you are now in terms of the drinking and the smoking. But Future, you know, popping pills and all this kind of stuff. Migos, I'm not as familiar with their lyrics. I mean, I'm hip to the songs, but I couldn't ever understand what they was talking about. Is it just me? I don't think so. Anthony writes, I tasted it. It ain't that good. It's average. Not worth the money. Is that right? Cleopatra writes, I agree with you, Nathan Ivey. It does start in the home, amongst other things. Absolutely. It's all about the house. Shelly writes, behind every rapper is a white Jewish producer. Damn. She said that. Greg writes, I just thought of it now that you mentioned it. No calls so far. That explains it, Nate. Right. Yeah, that was my bad. You know, I come prepared to rock. You know, calls, no calls. You know, the calls are extra. Man, I'm reading this, and this doesn't make me happy. I'm reading it. Donna Jones Baker. Remember who Donna Jones Baker, everybody? Apparently she's battling a deadly and rare heart disorder. Did you know that? She was the CEO of the Urban League, Southwestern Ohio Urban League. And she left back in February because of health related issues. And now it's coming out that she was dealing with a rare heart issue, man. I wish the best for her. I wish the best for her. Damn. I had no idea. I'm just reading it in the newspaper here recently. Damn, that's not a good thing, man. Health is wealth. Prayers up. Prayers up for Donna Jones Baker. I wish her the best. Hope she beats whatever it is she's dealing with. Damn. Carmelita writes, if people get into the personal lives of all those we appreciate, a particular talent, music person, we won't listen to anything. Quite a few of them did not adhere to today's societal norms. Yeah, I'm okay with you not adhering to societal norms. You know what I'm saying? In fact, I like people that, buck the trends and buck societal norms. That's different from being a pedophile. Like R. Kelly is a pedophile. You call him what you want to call him. He is a pedophile. He targeted underage women. To me, that's a weak man. That's a weak man. And I ain't with it. I felt the same way about Michael Jackson. I pushed away from Michael Jackson as well. But Michael Jackson's music is so, it's everywhere. It's in video games. It's everywhere. You can't get away from it. You know what I'm saying? I think Michael Jackson has gotten more of a pass than R. Kelly, but I would put Michael Jackson right next to him. Michael Jackson was messing around with these kids, period. And I ain't with it. I got a choice. I can make a choice about what I want to listen to, the environment, and I just choose not to play pedophile music if I know about it. If I don't know about it, then I'm ignorant to it. But once I know about it, I can't do it in good conscience. That's just me. That's just me. Everybody got to do them. If you like, I don't care about that, Nate. Step in the Name of Love was a banger. Then do you. Everybody got different standards. Do you. I'm just saying, that's just how I do myself. I remember as soon as I saw the tape of him urinating on that girl. I saw it. I'm like, damn, that's R. Kelly. And so my problem with it is that R. Kelly, man, was one of the biggest stars in the world. In the black community and beyond, he could have had almost any woman that he wanted. And you choose a child, it says something about you, bruh. Now, for the grown women that was a part of his harem, his harem, however you want to pronounce it. I say harem. Cool. You single, you got you a gang of girls, they staying, they're your kept women. Cool, do you, nothing wrong with that. But you out here targeting children, I got no respect for it. And there's no song in the world that's more important than my self-respect. I'm just me. That's just me, I'm cut from a different cloth. I'm cut from a different cloth. It is what it is, homie. And as long as R. Kelly was making hot music, nobody cared. It's like, we don't want to stop this gravy train of good music. We can't do that. What are we going to do if R. Kelly go to jail? Who's going to make that hot music we love to dance to, right? Let me play this for you. This is a video of protesters attacking Capitol Police with the American flag and a fire extinguisher. I told you, they beat a police officer with the American flag. They beat a police officer with the American flag, y'all, with it. With the flag. Where they do this at? And I'm like, wait a minute here. Something got to give. This can't be right. Y'all want to see this? Of course you do. I'll play it for you. Hold on one second. Let me put my little sticker up here. There you go. All right. This could be extreme. If you're sensitive, you might want to look away. This clip is about 40 seconds long, and we're going to go ahead and roll tape. We'll roll tape after that. We ain't doing that one. We ain't doing no ads. We ain't doing no ads unless they're paid for ads. Simple as that. Unless we're promoting black-owned businesses, that's a little different. Yeah, let me play this for you. You got to see this. This is wild. This is wild. But yet you worried about the black man. Check this out.
Death is the only remedy for what's in that building.
Well,
you need to stand up, and you need to scrap. Everybody in there is a treasonous traitor.
Y'all see that? Y'all see, man, listen. Number one, that's redundant. You see, everyone in there is a treasonous traitor. You can just say he's a traitor. That works. You see, dude, he must have played football back in high school, back when he had a future. Back in high school. He a dude with like a shoulder block. It's sad, man. And again, one officer lost his life. And I don't know if that was the officer that we just saw, but, prayers up for the family. RIP to the dearly departed. It's a damn shame. It's a damn shame. Now, I'm waiting for them to find him, dude. Long hair guy. Got long hair and you bald in the front. So I can't wait till they bring him to justice. And then I saw a video that kind of detailed what they're doing. Man, they got these forensic video and investigators. They are going through the video frame by frame using this FBI technology where they can like unpixelate it and zoom all the way in and get a clear picture. And then they're using face recognition software to see if they're in the system. Man, listen, they're going to try to find every one of these varmints, these criminals, and they should. But all I have to say, though, and some people can take it any way they want to, is we tried to tell you. We've been trying to tell you this. You got people all over the country been telling you about this guy. People don't want to listen. They want to make excuses. Your rights, why were they suspended and not fired? Shaking my damn head, police union. Janice writes, until there is equal justice under the law, nothing will change. Agreed. Rachel writes, during the Black Lives Matter protest, there were no police officers kneeling and taking photos, but I think they were not sincere. Exactly. Kush writes, how is mom's doing, Nate? My mom's in a nursing home and I can't see her. It's killing me. That's funny you say that, man, because Chairman Mom is doing much better. I'm very happy to say that. She's doing so much better that she's raising hell inside the hospital. Got a call from my sister just yesterday from the hospital. She tried to call me several times, but my phone was off. And then I saw she had called me. My heart started racing because I'm like, damn, for my little sister to be calling me. Oh, thank you, wifey. Okay. Oh, I'm here for all of that. Can I? Oh, you don't have it? Yeah. Yeah, don't tell her what I said about Abby Phillips. That's between us. Anyway, so I'm serious. That was between us. Anyway, so yeah. So I missed my phone. I missed the phone call. My sister called me like 4 times yesterday. When I finally picked up the phone, my heart started beating like, oh, my hell no. I know something happened with Chairman Mom, right? I called her straight back. She's at the hospital with our mother. My mother is raising hell at the hospital. She cussing out the nurses. Get this bee away from me. Literally. I'm going to have my sons come up here and whoop your ass. Yeah, Mom's is back. She back. She back, still in the hospital. No longer in ICU. I'm happy to see that. Raising hell inside the hospital, literally threatening the nurses. I'm like, Mom, this may not be a good idea because you're in the hospital. These people are in charge of your health. What you mean? I had to tell her, like, Ma, you was out for a long time. These are the people that took care of you when you was unconscious. They ain't take care of me. They should have let me die. This is my mother. You want to know where I get it from? Where we get it from? We get it from her. This is my mother in the hospital. She was out of it, y'all. Out of it. Is it called intubated? Intubated. She wasn't doing nothing on her own. Now she done made a comeback and she calling the nurses bees and threatening them. And I'm going to send my sons up here to whoop your ass and all this kind of stuff. So I'm going to go see her today. I'm trying to get her. I'm trying to keep her calm. And see, her issue is, and a lot of people are like this. I get it. You know, who wants to be in a hospital during COVID? Nobody. Who wants to be in a hospital, period? Nobody. Who wants people coming in, waking you up, talking about they got to draw blood and touching you and doing all this different stuff. Nobody. You know, she's a proud black woman, strong, intelligent black woman, and she ain't having it. And so apparently, you know, she's in pain, as I understand. I'm very sympathetic to it. And she doesn't want them to do blood draws. And she told them no, and they doing it anyway. And she can't understand why they won't leave her alone. Like, she awake. Like, she all the way back. This is what I grew up with. I grew up with this woman. So that's how she's doing, Kush. Thank you for asking. I'm happy. I'm more happy than I'm upset with her. I'm not upset at all. I'm happy because now she's all the way back. Like, this is the woman I know and love. She in full color. She all the way back. And I'm not exaggerating a little bit. Everything I told you is a 100% truth. You know, she said, I'm like, I just hear her just calling people bees. Get this bitch away from me. I'm like, what? Mom, you're in the hospital. Who you talking about? So at first I'm like, oh, they must have did something. So I'm like on some, what happened, Ma? What they do? I'm ready to form Voltron. They ain't do nothing. They trying to do what they supposed to do. Check her blood pressure and, you know, make sure they move around on the pillows and, you know, do blood draws. And she in there all the way back. I won't say she being difficult. She's being mom, the woman I love. So that's how she's doing, Kush. Thank you for asking. And I just want to get her the hell out of there before she tick them off and they do something to her, basically. I want to get her the hell out of there, get her home. But see, I knew this already. I know that woman. I know that woman. And I knew that when she woke up that she was going to be on 10. I already know. So she slowly pulled herself out of it. And they told us that they were confident that she would she would wake up and be back. And I'm just so happy about that 100%. But now my new fear is I want to get her out of there and get her home so she don't tick one of them off and they try to do something to her. So that's what the deal is, man. It never ends. Lynn writes, Shabbat is one of them who's still participating in this craziness. You're right about that, Lynn. He is. I've been saying it for years. I don't like Steve Shabbat. I think that Steve Shabbat is a shabby representative. I think the people in the 1st Congressional District deserve a whole lot better. But because of the way that district has been gerrymandered, it doesn't really matter who it doesn't matter who it is. They're not going to win. The good news is on the horizon is redistricting. And I think the Republicans are going to remain in control of that in the state house, the state of Ohio. So we'll just see what that means. But if they redraw the lines in the 1st Congressional District to be just a little bit more competitive, I mean, what they need to do is take Warren County out of that. As long as Warren County is in that district, he's going to remain there. And it is what it is. It's going to be very, very hard unless the Republicans wake up in Warren County, which I don't see that happening anytime soon. The reason why he acts that way is because he knows he can get away with it. The reason why Brad Winstrup acts the way he does is because he knows he can get away with it. Speaking of congresspersons from Ohio, y'all hip to the fact that Nina, hold on, let me make sure I get this right. Nina Turner is running for Marcia Fudge seat. You know, she's moving on to become a cabinet position, take a cabinet position inside the Biden administration. So now Nina Turner is running for Congress. Turmeric, please. Thank you. I'm all about that turmeric. Organic ginger turmeric or green tea in the morning. Make sure it's organic. Why? Because some of the places that bring you your tea from overseas have documented bad practices. So if you're going to go healthy all the way, all the way, all the way. So I'm all about that. And the progressives group called Justice Democrats. Anybody hip to them? Justice Democrats. Essentially, they came together to put progressives in office. Oh, thank you so much, wifey. Yes. Shh, don't say nothing about Abby Phillip. It's between us. Huh? What?
What'd you say?
Huh? I said nothing. We'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it later. Damn it. Nah, it's all good. I'm just joking. Where was I at? Yes. So Justice Democrats, essentially, they came together to put progressives in Congress, and they are the people who are responsible for AOC. Responsible for AOC. So now they're backing Nina Turner, and I like Nina Turner. I like her. I think she's a strong voice. I love the fact that she speak her mind. And I love her politics from what I understand about it. She was strong. She was the co-chair for Bernie Sanders. And she went so hard for Bernie Sanders that she went against the will of the mainstream Democrat Party. And if you go back to it wasn't 2016, was it? Yeah, if you go back to 2016, it was 2016. You go back to 2016, when she went to the DNC, right, the convention, she got criticized. They sat her down like, look, sis, we don't like it. She was going hard at Hillary. And she was right. If the Democrats had any damn sense, they would have got behind Bernie Sanders, and maybe the course of history would have been different. You got to give people something to vote for. Hillary was just too milquetoast. She was too middle of the road. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad. I'm glad that Nina Turner is running. And who else is running? You got Chantel Brown is running, Cuyahoga County Democratic Party chairman, and also a brother named Jeff Johnson as well. So they're all running. Of the three, I'm just more familiar with Nina Turner. I think her name is bigger, and I think she'll be a powerful voice in Congress. Now, imagine Nina Turner joins the squad. Ooh, woo. Ooh, I love that. AOC, Nina Turner, and the rest of them. No disrespect intended, the names aren't coming to me fast enough, but that would be dope. That would be dope. If I was in Congress, I'd join the squad too. We'd be on some progressive, and by progressive, I mean it's about giving the people what they need. It's about policies for the people, for working class people, tilting the scales for working class people. I'm all about that. I love it. So I hope she wins right now. Again, I have to hear more about the other candidates, but right now, I hope she wins. Hope she joins the squad. Oh my God. Damn, that'll be great. That would be fire. That'll be fire. I love that. I love that idea. Let me see. Tracy writes, I think Ciroc. I'm asking if the new line is another vodka. Yeah, he's got Ciroc and he's got another. It's called De Leon, I think. Donnie writes, she's right. Hey, good morning to you, Donnie. I think it's called De Leon. If it's not vodka, it's something. Hold on, let me look up what it is. It's something alcoholic. I know the particulars matter. It's tequila. I'm sorry, it's tequila. It's not vodka, it's tequila. That shit is expensive as hell. They got different bottles of it, right? But the top bottle is like $400. It's like $350, something like that. Super expensive. Well, it's not super expensive, but for alcohol, I would say that's expensive. I don't know. Everybody got different pockets. It's called De Leon. Props to P. Diddy, man. Props to P. Diddy. Let me see. You are right. Former Urban League CEO. Absolutely. Shelley writes, this is how we know justice is not blind. If black people look like they are going to break the law, they are going to jail. The music industry sells fantasies to the black community, knowing it will lead them to a horrible demise. The music industry sells fantasies to people. Yeah, they do. They do sell fantasies. That's part of their job. You know what I'm saying? To sell a fantasy, to sell a lifestyle. Is product placement, is lifestyle placement. Yeah, they do all of that. You absolutely do. Again, I say it comes back to mom and dad. You know, it's my job to make sure that my children have a realistic expectation of the world. That's my job. It's my job to make sure that and I do this with my daughter, as she gets more and more into different music and she's got different tastes. It's my job to make sure she's on point. It's my job to make sure she knows what's right and wrong. Same thing with my son, because boys can be different, are different, not can be. It's my job to make sure that he's in line and realistic with the world. You know what I'm saying? Shoot for the moon, son, but here's the world that you were born into. You don't care what song you listen to. If the culture at home is tight, and again, kids are always, you can have the strongest and most wholesome home culture and have kids that contradict that. That's going to happen. But think about it. What are we as adults? We're nothing more than the accumulation of the experiences, the mores, the values that were taught to us as children. And no matter how old you get, you go back to that. That's the foundation. And I think that foundation, the degradation, the dissemination of that foundation, I'm rhyming. I sound like Sharpton this morning. But the degradation of that foundation leads to our elimination. I might as well go all the way with it, right? But I think the breakdown of the foundation, that's the real problem. The music, that's outside. You know what I'm saying? If the foundation at home is tight, I believe kids are going to keep coming back to it. That's the number one thing. If that foundation is not right, man, any old crack or banana peel or trap door or Colt or whatever appears to be shiny object can distract you. That's just the way I look at it. I could be wrong. There's exceptions to every rule, but that's just how I look at it. So I've never been one to blame culture because I grew up in the music. I grew up listening to Tupac and Too Short and I listened to all of that. It had an impact on me. There was a time when I thought that freaky tales was how every girl was. You just pop up and say some freaky stuff and she's going to do whatever you want. I had to learn that ain't right. But again, I had foundation too. Just imagine people with no foundation listening to that kind of music. And that's what the problem is. The music industry is trying to sell records. They're not trying to give your kids values. They're trying to sell products. They're not trying to give your kids a foundation for the rest of their life. They're trying to get you to hit play. If that means they got to sell you some old street narrative, then that's what they're going to sell you. The hell? I see a spider on the wall over there. Damn it. I want to take care of it so I don't lose track of it while I'm on the air. You ever happen to you? You lucky. I'm going to get you later. Anyway, see. Ben writes, I grew up on NWA, Too Short, NWA, so blaming music is just an excuse for bad parenting. What he just said. Tracy writes, he just released it a few weeks back. It's all over IG. Yo writes, I think that time is changing with music. Look at the baby song, The Bigger Picture. A lot of younger black people are waking up. There's always been a woke element of the community. And asleep, an element that's been asleep, always. Any community. R. Kelly's music is everywhere. He wrote and produced songs for a lot of artists. You're right, Rachel. He wrote some beautiful music, man. I Believe I Can Fly. Is that what it was for the Michael Jordan music and the soundtrack? I mean, the man is talented. I'm just saying that personally, I have to make a decision about what I'm going to consume. If you are disrespecting black people, I don't care what you selling. I don't want it. There's nothing I want from you. Period. If you can't treat my brother and my sister right, I ain't rocking with you. But I'm that kind of guy, though. I'm that kind of guy, period. I'm that kind of guy with my personal relationships. If you treat somebody I rock with wrong, I ain't messing with you, period. That's just me. I'm different. I'm just like that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't expect that from other people. I'm just saying that's how I am. And if you a pedophile like R. Kelly, I just can't do it. I mean, he has some great songs. I love 12 Play, man. Who didn't love 12 Play? Step in the Name of Love. He got some of the greatest music, R&B music we've heard in the last 20 years. I just can't get with it. I don't rock with it. You got to do you. Everybody got a line in the sand. That's a line in the sand for me. 21 Vibes writes, not Michael Jackson. Stop it. Yeah, you got to put Mike in there. Okay, I backed away from Mike too. I'm not saying I never listened to Mike because you can't get away from Mike Jackson. Mike J. I'll say Mike Jackson because Mike J could be Michael Jordan. I'm just saying that he has some problems with the young ones and I can't get with it. I can't get with it. There's too many people out here, young people being abused. I can't turn my head up. I'm sorry. Sometimes once you see something, you can't unsee it. It is what it is. Hey, good morning to you, Marcia. Good to see you. As always, 21 Vibes writes, Barack Obama did not spend $65,000 on pizza. Wake up. Come on, Nathan. Who said he did? I don't remember saying anything like that. What's up with you, 21 Vibes? I like that name. I'm not sure what it means, but I like it. Whoever said anything about Barack Obama and pizza? What I said is that Barack Obama, why would he want a third term? He made his mark. He did his 8 years. He's making millions selling books. He's living with Michelle. He's living his best life. Every time I see him, every other time I see him, he's like chilling on an island somewhere. I wouldn't want to have a third term either. If I was Barack Obama, the only thing I want to do is chill. Chill. I think I'm going to give me some Powerball tickets today, 750 million. I was doing, I don't know. If you're into it, I can do it again. I'm into kind of other things now. I think we can do both. I was conversing with Tiffany Daniels. I mean, she has a lot of knowledge in terms of wealth building to share, with the audience. I can't wait for her podcast when it comes to CDM. She'll be coming really, really soon this month. She's already been doing a podcast. It's called Community Connectors. And she talks about wealth building. She talks to influencers. She talks to leaders in that niche. And she practices what she preaches. We'll put it that way. And not to put any information out there. Let's just say, like I just said, she practices what she preaches. And I think she's got a wealth of knowledge to share with the community. And I hope you'll get into it. She's already been doing a podcast, but we'll be working together with CDM real soon. It's called Community Connectors. Look for it real soon. Looking forward to it. And there's a lot of good information out there and a lot of good practices on how you can make that money. And I'm all about it because to me, the economics is so important. When you make the money, first we get the money, then you get the power, then you get the respect. That should be the motto of the Black community. Get that money first, then we can make the decisions as to what we want to do and how you want to do it. But unfortunately, the way this country is set up, money matters. Money matters. And as many shows and strategies and platforms that promote wealth building in our community, we can't have enough of it, in my opinion. So just something made me think about her and a conversation that we had. So just want to put that out there. Looking forward to it. But damn, I got to make a move. Got to make a move. Coming up today at 1 p.m., you got the Truth to Power podcast with the Cincinnati NAACP. Joe and TNT will be with you, and they'll be talking about current events and also looking forward, talking about the agenda of the NAACP, how you can be involved. Always a wealth of knowledge and very interesting. Check that out. And I'll be with you tomorrow morning, bright and early at 7:30 p.m. We will chop it up again, choppers. All right. Please like and in particular share today's show. When you share the show, more people see it. All right. We'll talk real soon. I'm Nathan Ivey, and I'm out.